YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. So I am back with another reaction video. Now this comes from Anton Daniels. Shout out to Anton Daniels. In this particular video, they are discussing whether women are really ready for marriage. I thought this was an interesting clip, and I thought it was a very good conversation. So I wanted to share it with you guys and give my opinion on it. Make sure you guys chime in. I want to hear your thoughts on this one. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. Hit that bell to be notified when I upload new content. Share and like the video, you guys. And make sure you leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. Let's get into it. Here we go.
Are women ready for marriage? Are they? Let's watch this clip.
A lot of women aren't really prepared to be a wife. And let me just go ahead and elaborate on that, okay? A lot of them want the ring, they want the house, they want the man's last name, they want all the things, right? They want to be my man, my man, my man, my man. But when you step out, are you really representing that man the way that you should? And I'm talking about like when you're out in the club and you know that there's other men hitting on you and you are enjoying that attention, are you okay with being like, you know what? No, like, let me go ahead and reevaluate the type of outings I'm gonna go to, because I for sure did. When I realized that I really was like rocking with my man and we were gonna make it official, I didn't mind leaving the club scene behind. Not that I didn't go back out to the club. Don't get me wrong. Me and my husband still was out together. You hear that? Together. I just was not out mingling with random people just because I wanted to go out and have a good time. Like, my good time consisted of going out on dates with my husband. My good time consisted on like finding activities for me and my man to do.
You know, I think that is super important and something that a lot of people overlook. They think that they can't have fun with their spouse, which I think is so crazy. I just think that that is weird, that people only think that they can have fun while being single. That, you know, the whole point of being single is that you can go out and you can just do whatever you want to do, and that's the only way that you can have fun. And then once you find somebody, that somehow you can't go out with your man and have fun. I think that's just asinine to think. Me and my husband have gone out to clubs together and we had a blast. We had a good time. And it's just the two of us. We're locked in. We don't care about what else is happening around us. We've had a good time. But I just think that somehow people think that when you get married that you can't do anything. It's just this boring, sunken place, when it doesn't have to be. If it's boring, it's because you're allowing it to be boring. But it doesn't have to be. You can have fun with your person. But I think people get caught up in this idea that when they're single, the so-called fun is you being able to sleep with all types of different dudes. That's the real gag, and that's the real difference. You want to be able to open your legs for Tom, Dick, and Harry, Pookie, Ray Ray, Roddy, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike, and that's the difference. That's your idea of fun, being able to sleep and be empowered to be promiscuous with whoever. When you're in a relationship, see, you can't do that. It's the same man. And a lot of these women, if they would be honest, they want all these different types of D's. They're not comfortable with just one. And the only way you can have fun is randomly going with all these different dudes. But when you get a man, all of a sudden you can't have fun. Why? Because you don't know how to be with just one man. You don't know how to be with just that man and have fun with him. You don't know how to have fun with him. That's the real problem. This is what they don't want to say, but it's the truth for a lot of women. Not all, but a lot of women just want to have that feel that empowerment feeling, and feel that they're empowered, I should say, to go out and sleep with Tom, Dick, and Harry and feel good about it. But you don't feel good about having a husband and being with just your husband and y'all experimenting and doing all kind of things, trying together. It's more advantageous for you to go out and have a whole bunch of different D's than be committed to your one man. That's crazy. And this is why a lot of these women will stay single, because they have that type of mentality that, oh my God, I'm free. I can do whatever I want. I can get trains ran on me, do all this. But you with your husband, somehow that's, shit, just him. Like, come on now. And women like to talk about men being promiscuous and out here sleeping with everybody, but women are fighting to be just like men. You're fighting to be just like the men you complain about. Y'all have a problem with the double standards because you want to be equal to a man to be able to sleep around and not be considered a hoe. That's what y'all fighting for? Is insanity to me. But let's continue.
Not for me and my single friends. No shade to my single friends at the time, but I was literally like wife me down. Like I was on that type of time because I wanted kids, I wanted the marriage, I wanted all those things. So I also had to make adjustments. Like I had to leave an old version of me behind, and that was my choice. See, some women are afraid that, oh, if I get with this man, he's gonna want me to change. Listen, that's not how real love works, okay? That's not how it really works. I'm not gonna put myself in a predicament where people can run back and tell my husband, hey, did you see Simone at whoop whoop whoop? Did you see Simone at whoop whoop whoop? I'm not about to put myself in a situation where men feel like they have the availability to even come and talk to me. Like, no, when they see me, they gonna know, like, no, that's Damian wife, and that's just period, right? That's how I'm coming behind my man. Now, what I am gonna say is that if you are looking to be married, be okay with leaving some activities behind, especially if you know that the environment is not for a married woman.
Right, I agree.
Okay. Do you guys think that most of these women nowadays are ready to be married?
No.
I think that they ready at the wrong time. I feel like they need to be ready. Well, I'm gonna speak for the black culture. We need to be ready earlier than later. You gotta understand that a man who finds a wife finds a good thing. And what I mean by that, in this aspect, you don't want to wait too long when your competition is getting greater and greater. You can be a 50-year-old man and you got motion or whatever you got going on. He can always find a woman that's his age or younger. When you in your late 30s, 40s, and you single as a woman, it's gonna get rough. Can't say you ain't gonna find love, but you need to find that and try to capture that as soon as you get out of high school or out of college. I think that in our culture, we have been led to their mothers telling them, go to college, girl, get your coins, you ain't gotta worry about no man, they'll be there. Our white counterparts are telling their daughters, yeah, girl, go get your degree, but make sure you come home with a husband degree. With that, we gotta break that system. That doesn't mean that the men need to mature too, which they do, but I think that our women need to have grace and know that y'all can grow together. He ain't gonna have everything day one. I think our society's made it think you gotta have everything ready right now, and that's clouding everything.
Oh, he's absolutely right. I agree with what he's saying. That's 100%, what we're seeing happening. A lot of these women want the men to go out and elevate exponentially, but even though they're not able to do that themselves as the women. And as much as women talk about they want to grow and build with the man, they really don't. They really want somebody who has it all there so they can have this great life without having to put anything in. And I think I think that's something that you can't escape, and the problem is men are wiser. Men realize, no, I've worked too hard and I'm not just going to, I'm just not going to risk everything that I put all this blood, sweat and tears into to give it to a woman who's unappreciative and who's not really here for the right reasons. They don't trust these modern day women because of what they're seeing happening. And so while women are saying he needs to have this and XYZ, these men are saying, no, I don't trust y'all. I'm not going to risk everything that I've worked hard for and trying to be with you. And then you could just come in and just take everything and you have not been there from the beginning. It's very difficult from what we're seeing in dating these days because of selfish, entitled mentalities of women. They really think that somebody owed them something and they are deserved a certain thing because they had to work hard to achieve what they have. But what about the men? If these men have worked hard, they don't just supposed to willy-nilly give it all over to you. They don't know if you are the type of woman that deserves that. You have to prove yourself just like you say men have to do. But that's not something a lot of modern women want to do, in my opinion. Let's continue.
And social media is messing up, making women think they're giving them hope that there's something better out there.
I think women want to be ready, but I think the single women keep the women single. I think they want to be ready. I think they can be ready. But I think that a lot of women let other women get in their ear and tell them, no, you don't need to be married. You don't be tied down. He don't need to be tied down. Why are you doing all of this if he's not even wifing you? So I think they want to be. I think they have the potential to be wife material. I just think they let other women keep them single. I think especially older women do younger women a disservice.
I think it's a certain age frame of older women. I think the older women that's 60 older, they don't give them the bad advice. They just don't listen to that woman that's 60. The women that's in their late 40s and 50s are telling the women, yeah, you don't need that. Boom, boom, not knowing they got cats in their future real soon.
Maybe some of these married women that be giving bad advice too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That means they
just
shouldn't
can't
be
say it's
married.
just single women or older women, because some of these young women are crazy what they're doing. It's crazy how they're moving. They're going overseas, going to Dubai. They want 5 guys on a roster. They want to use men for their money. Then you got these old women that are in a horrible marriage, and now they're telling women do other things. So it's like, I just can't say it's just single women or older women or younger women. It's a lot of different types of women nowadays, just giving horrible. What's that girl? What's that lady that's married and sorry.
No, go ahead.
On YouTube, and she has, oh gosh, she's married. Sprinkle, that lady. You see the advice that she gives, and she's married.
Yeah,
and she be having these women. I'm like, what? And these
Sprinkle lady is a hot mess. I've talked about her. She just give the most horrible advice. I said it before. That is leading these women astray. These women are going after here, using these men for their money and all of these things, and that's just not how you get healthy relationships. And she is married, so it's almost as if they're trying to sabotage these women on purpose. You got what you got, but you're not telling them what they really should be doing in order to build healthy, stable relationships. You're telling them to use men. Go and do this and all this kind of stuff and treat men a certain way. That's just horrible advice, in my opinion. So yeah, I do think there are some married women, single women, all kind of women giving women the wrong advice, and these women are taking it and swallowing it whole. They're really running with it and believing that this is really gonna get them the outcomes that they want, and it's just gonna lead them in a bad place, in my opinion. Let's continue.
She's another example of, it just doesn't come to single women or young women, or it's just, they're all over the place.
Right.
Let me ask Robert a question. Why do you say that they get ready too late? What makes you think that they? All right, let me revise the question.
All right.
What makes you think that just because they want to get married later, that actually qualifies them to be a wife?
It don't qualify, because what I mean by that is they put their career first.
I don't see any problem with a woman having a career.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I don't agree with women leading with their career in order to qualify themselves to be better. I just think that that's just being an adult and learning how to provide for yourself. But I personally don't believe that most women are wives today. I just don't. I personally don't. I don't care if they 20, and I don't care if they 40. Like, I just don't think that most women qualify for the wife role. I just don't, man. I don't see it. And number one, I mean, you can go at the most basic level based off of what she was saying in the video, and that most women don't want to change their lifestyle, reflect, actually being home or taking care of business. Like most people, they just want to keep doing whatever it is that they're doing, and then they just get the title to go along with it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Most women, I think, are selfish inherently. Mm-hmm. I think that they're groomed to be selfish. Mm-hmm. That's one of the things that's problematic in the culture, in American culture, is that a lot of women are taught to, like, if you ask a woman and you say, what's going on, what's happening with your relationship or whatever, or what are you looking for? They always say what they want. I want a man like this. I want him to make this amount of money. I want this, I want that. And it's nothing wrong with women having preferences. But the problem is that they never lead with what value they can add into a situation. In any situation, right? Whether you're networking, if you go on a job interview, you have to qualify yourself by saying, this is the value that I have into this organization. And that is why you guys should hire me. Marriage is the only situation, or relationship is the only situation where you can come in and say, this is what I want, but you don't have to give any return value.
And I think that's because they're entitled. Women never was taught, what they should offer in a relationship to a man or marriage. So they've only been told what they should expect from a man. That's where it comes from. Or a man should do this, a man should do it, but nobody ever tells you. And this women who were raised by single mothers and women who were raised by two parents, a lot of them still are taught that, this is what you should expect from a man. A man should do this. He should open the door. He should treat you like a lady. He should be respectful. He should be able to protect you. He should be able to provide. He should be able to do X, Y, Z. but they never told the young women what their value should be towards a man, a family, a relationship. They've never been taught that. So they have no clue. They don't have no idea of what their role should be in a marriage and how they should show up for a man. Because a lot of times, as far as I can remember, it was all about the woman and the man wasn't it. So basically, he's a man. He's supposed to do all these things, but you don't have to do anything for him because you're the prize. You're the one that he's supposed to run behind and do all this stuff for. And he shouldn't expect anything in return. He shouldn't respect it because that's his job. That's what he's supposed to do. But they never told you as the young girl what your job would have to be and what you're supposed to do. You can't tell me that in a relationship, it's a one-sided deal, that the man is the only one that has responsibilities and is supposed to maintain and do all these things. And a woman, she does nothing. She just sit back and be a princess and just accept everything that's her way. And he's supposed to bow to her feet and give her all these things, put her on a pedestal and put her on the throne. And she doesn't have to do anything in return because it's all about her and you don't owe him anything. Like that's the problem. And I think women have really they've taken that in and they really believe that a man should just be happy because women put, as much as they don't want to be objectified. And I remember a time where that was a big deal where all you heard was women talking about men objectifying women, this and that. Now we're to a point where that's all that they're doing to themselves. They're objectifying themselves. And so now it's not about who you are as a person because that's not what you lead with. That's not what you present to a man. That's not what you say. Hey, you don't even present yourself in that way. You don't even present yourself as a respectable young lady these days. These women are dressing like 304s in Magic City. They're not out here dressing appropriately like decent, respectable young ladies. They're wearing cutouts and everything that they wear with boobs and ass all over the place. So how you don't have any respect for yourself and you don't care about being objectified if it benefits you. So if men are saying, hey, give me that, I want some of that. Okay, you offer your price, but then you don't want to be objectified. You don't want to be called a 304. But what is it if every interaction is based upon a transaction? What can you give me and I'll give you something? That's it. It's not about getting to know the person, building and establishing something. It's all about getting to the bag. I want this, so you want this and I want that. So what can we do? This is what it's turned into. So I don't think most of these women are really ready for marriage at all. I think it's something that they would like just to experience it, but it'll probably never work because they don't have the tools to actually maintain and sustain a relationship with anyone. This is why a lot of them are single. Let's continue.
I just am what I am. Take it what I am. Don't matter what my background is. On a job, they're going to qualify you. You got to not have no felonies. You got to, have a degree. You got to have all of these different qualifications to get into the door to even be interviewed in the first place. But with marriage and a relationship, which is the most valuable and the biggest financial decision that you're ever going to make in your entire life, you don't have to meet any expectations. Just every woman deserves love. Right. Every woman deserves a man that wants to marry. Don't matter what you did in the past. Don't matter whether or not everybody just move to a new city. Skip it. New city, new me. And so I just don't believe that most women qualify for marriage. And I think that most women know that they don't qualify.
They know.
They still around and playing the game. I think that most women are scammers. Like we need to, the same way that we identify people that take money in communities and don't return value, I think that we need to start identifying women as scammers that get with men that they know that they don't qualify for and they ruin his life.
All women aren't like that though. Not everybody's like that.
Oh, Megan.
I'm being serious. I'm not selfish. I take care of my husband. I make sure he has everything. I'm not like that.
See, Megan, I don't want you to make it personal. I want to, you know what I'm saying? Because I can't use your personal situation because then I would have to deep dive into what your life is like, right?
Okay.
Most women are, Megan. Most women are selfish. Most women file for divorce. They all think it's peaches and rainbows. As soon as things go wrong, they're out the door. Mm-hmm. They're out the door because I'm bored.
Yep,
I'm bored. They're at the door because I'm no longer happy. And that is one thing that's different about the Western community and the Latino community. My parents are now divorced, but in the Latino community, that's that's down upon. That is frowned upon. The divorce, you don't ever get divorced. Remaining the bloodline is key. You will never hear, well, I wouldn't say never, but for the most part, you don't hear Latino women say, I'm gonna leave my husband because I'm not happy anymore.
Yeah, and then you don't hear a lot of other people in other communities saying they don't need their men. We hear this boastfully and loudly by majority of black women. They don't need a man. They can take it. Now, I hear white women saying it, but it's mostly perpetuated by black women. They're put at the forefront. It's interesting how we are the smallest demographic of people, but we are always at the forefront of the bullshit. We're always the face of the bullshit when it comes to things like this. Even though other cultures talk about, white women say the same thing. They don't need men. We're independent. You don't need them. But when you really look at it, it's the black community that's the face of it. Like anything that's degenerate or anything that's negative, it's the black people that are at the forefront of it. They do think pieces and hold whole meetings and conferences about the state of the black community and black women and black men and all this kind of stuff. And we're a small demographic compared to others. And even though some of them say the same things, we are the focal point of the foolishness. A lot of women and a lot of people don't realize how what they're doing is contributing to that. They don't see the connection between broken homes and the state of our communities and how this is negatively affecting us and will continue to negatively affect us as in the future and in the next generation of our people. They don't see it, and nor do a lot of these women care. They're all about self. They're all about self-preservation. What they want, it is a selfish nature, and most women are selfish. They only care about what they want, what they need, what they can get, and that's it. They don't care about anything else, and that's a problem. But you're also entitled and think somebody owes you something, that you deserve a good man, that you deserve all this money, you deserve all this help, you deserve everything in the world, but you don't ever want to put anything in. That's not working out. That's not going to continue to work. That's not going to fly. Let's continue.
I'm going to leave my husband because, well, my best friend, her husband cheated on her. So now you're going to cheat on me. So I'm going to leave you before you get a chance to cheat on me. Just
That's
like my
crazy.
best friend. No. Most women are selfish. Most women leave when things get rough, and men stay. Men want to stay. So
yeah,
I disagree.
They don't give a damn. They just gonna keep going on whatever. She mad, let us in the corner for however long. She gonna get over it. Like men are so logical.
Yeah, most.
No, I think that Mexican women. I hate to say this, but I gotta be real. I think that Mexican women understand that they expire somewhere around 29, 27, 29 years old.
Well, I'm not Mexican. I'm Dominican, but yes.
A lot of them expire. They start turning into linebackers and I don't know what it is. A lot of Mexican women.
Yeah.
Not all, but a lot of them start turning into linebackers. They start, and I don't understand it because their legs be the same fucking size.
I saw this meme about Mexican women. I'm sorry in the chat if I offend you, my bad. I saw this meme that said most Mexican women either Selena or a refrigerator.
Man,
shaped like Selena.
Damn.
Like a refrigerator.
Oh man.
So they don't leave because they understand. I don't know if they just give up, but they don't leave because they be in exploration mode. So
I think that most aren't ready to be married because they don't want to do, cooking, cleaning, the basics that you would do, for your family, for a household, for a marriage. But I think social media is the main issue because we think that the grass is greener on the other side, or I got 150 dudes in my DMs. And I think it gives a false illusion of what we think is, I guess, available.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's what I was saying earlier. Like, it's social media is really the factor when it comes out women.
Yeah.
They think the grass is green. They got so many likes in their comments. They think that every guy on that they like and they want to take them serious. No, they're just trying to. So they're not understanding. It's just a life. But yeah.
How old? Oh, go ahead.
You good? My bad.
No, I didn't mean
No, you good. You good. No, you good. You good.
Okay. You guys are saying women have a delusion of what they qualify for because of what they pay attention to in their inbox on social media. When we say social media, do we mean like dating apps, or do we mean like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok? Because I don't know that side of dating. So I'm just trying to understand. Because to me, what I'm ultimately getting into, it sounds like these are super young women. Because if you are giving yourself a delusion that you qualify for a certain type of man based on a superficial interaction in a DM, you gotta lack some maturity.
Of course,
it's not young woman. It's not young.
Right.
So Jazz, you have a high level of confidence in a good way because you're beautiful. Now everybody has that, Jazz. You understand that? You got women who are in their late 30s, 40s. They get okay. For example, when Steph Curry's wife said what she said,
I was just about to say that.
She ain't no young person. I mean, she's young, but she's not no 20-year-old. She literally said, I want men to desire me like women desire Steph. And she already got the ring. Like, people are living, that's how they thinking like that, man. Like, the young thing is not that. You got 40-year-old. My DM.
But is that the same thing? Does she say she want attention from men in her DMs, or just like outwardly, or
from other men? She wanted attention from other men.
Other men. You already married. Why are you even caring about other men like you anyway?
That says a lot about her mentality. You know, she's not secure within herself, and she's married and she's still seeking attention. To the point where she openly said this. Like, she came out and openly said it. She want men to desire her like women desire her husband. That is some bold-ish to say. And you gotta wonder, what did he think about that? Like, come on, that tells you right there, she's seeking validation from other men. She wants that. She wants that attention so badly. Having a husband and having a man who loves her and is there for her is not enough. She still wants to be lusted by other men to validate her feelings and make her feel like she's something special, because she's insecure. She does not think that highly of herself. So she needs to constantly have this validation to pump her up, to make her feel like she's really, that girl, as they would say. And that's something that you have to work on within yourself, because no relationship, no man, nobody, no therapist, nobody else can really make you feel confident within yourself. That's something you have to work on within you. You have to figure out why you feel this way, why you are lacking self-love to the point where you constantly, because to me, I think when you constantly need validation, there's a deficit within you. There's something within you that you need to work on. There's some insecurities that you have not figured out about yourself, and you don't have, you don't feel that great about yourself, in my opinion, because you always need somebody to tell you that, to make you feel that way. And when you're not getting that validation, you feel worthless. You don't feel like you matter. You don't feel like you have a presence. And that sounds like a mental issue when you really think about it. So yeah, that's why I say people who constantly need validation, and if you need attention all the time to function, then that's something that you need to work on within yourself. And that could cause problems in a relationship too, because then you'll look to your husband to always be there, jumping up in front of you, entertaining you 24/7 to make you feel a certain way. And if you don't have that, then you feel lost and you feel confused. And then you start doing things that reflect that. And this is where you find women making these irrational decisions about their relationships, about their marriage, walking away thinking that they're unfulfilled in their marriages. And then they go and leave because they didn't feel a certain way. And he wasn't there to make them feel that way 24/7. So they take that as, this is the time for me to leave. This no longer serves me. This marriage is not good for me. And I have to go and find myself, Tia Mowry, and have to go and figure out what I need to do for myself, not realizing that you had the best thing going for you. But because you let your emotions and your feelings ruin a good thing, now you're going to have to learn the hard way that you shouldn't be guided and directed by your feelings, that your feelings aren't always real, that it's not, your feelings don't dictate what is actually happening. So a lot of women move based off their feelings, thinking that is an indication of something, that, he don't love me no more. He don't give me attention. So he don't love me and I got to go. I got to find my love and happiness. And then you go leave a good thing, searching your feelings for happiness, and you still never find it. And then you end up regretting that decision because you realize way later that your feelings were not valid. So overall, I just think that, I don't think most women are ready for marriage. I think they may want it, but I don't think they're ready. And a lot of them won't be ready because they're still following a mentality that is not conducive to healthy, stable relationships or marriages. And they're not even prepared to be with a great man. So listen, y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell to be notified when I upload new content. I want to hear your thoughts on this one. Do you think that modern women are ready for marriage? Let me know in the comments below. I definitely want to hear from you. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.